Hi, I'm Lisa Rothstein. I'm a cartoonist featured in the New Yorker magazine and also Cybercrime magazine. One of my very favorite cartoons in the archive is called Listen to Your Kids. It takes place in a funeral home where the family is standing in front of a coffin and there's a little portrait of the deceased over on the right. And there's this teenage son who says to mom, who's grieving over the coffin, "I told dad not to download that killer app." And it's just such a silly joke, but I loved the drawing. I love the dirty look that the mom's friend or sister is giving to this teenager. I love the goofy look on dad's face in the portrait, but it still has the kernel of truth in it that, hey, when you download something from the internet, you don't know what's going to happen. It probably won't kill you, but it could do a lot of other damage. So both for the drawing and the idea and also for the message, I love that cartoon. The Knock Knock Who's There cartoon, this one was one of those ones that I got right away because it's super funny. It's got this robber who's actually asking permission to verify your identity before they break into her house. There's a few different things here that are at play. One is we're always getting companies asking for us to verify our identity, and sometimes the person asking you to verify your identity is not a good person. So that's one of the things that's going on here. The other funny thing is obviously he's going to break into the place while she's home, which obviously they would never do. So that's a little bit of absurdity there. And also the politeness of the robber. The Why Carry Bitcoin cartoon, this one was a little bit challenging to tell this story because there's a lot of things going on here. There's the emergency room, there's the guy being brought in by the EMT and what's happening first and what's happening next. And then the funny part about this is that the emergency room has been shut down due to ransomware, and the guy on the stretcher who should be unconscious is holding up a physical Bitcoin, which we all know doesn't really exist, to tell the EMT people, hey, give this to them, maybe it'll open the doors. So this is something that I think you really kind of have to be a crypto and cyber aficionado to understand. It takes a little extra time, but once you start to read it, it does make sense. The Hacking the Skills Shortage cartoon, it features a dog, which I absolutely love, and we have a guy there giving commands, and I made it like this could be their owner or a dog trainer because he's got the leash over his shoulder and a little bag of treats the way you do when you're training an animal, and he's saying, sit, stay, hack. And the dog is looking back at him like, I don't know how to hack. Well, I guess I can learn, just like I learned to sit and stay. So I thought that was so cute. Dogs are among my favorite subjects, and I have a series of note cards from the New Yorker that says New Yorker dogs on it with one of my cartoons on the front. And so it's one of my absolute favorite things to do. And it makes me so happy when Steve asks for a dog in a Cybercrime magazine cartoon. Steve and I have the most amazing collaboration. Pretty much the gags that you see are mostly Steve's ideas. It's the human aspect of cybersecurity. That's really where all the humor comes from. It's really where all humor comes from because there's really not much funny. Even when you draw a cartoon with two dogs, which I think we have one or two of those in our archive, those dogs really are stand-ins for human beings or for innocent human beings who don't know anything. It isn't really any different than drawing cartoons about anything else. But what's great about collaborating with Steve is because he knows the industry, he's got his finger on the pulse of what's happening now. He can serve me some gags that will be relevant to your readers. Because there are sometimes, I will admit, he'll send me an idea and I'll be like, why is this funny? Or I don't get it. And he'll say, don't worry, my people will get it. And they always do.